Welcome to another episode of Geek-Men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. I'm Dustin.
I'm Pumira.
And I'm Zombie. And this is ADHD Theater. Welcome back.
ADHD Theater. Hey, we got Jessica in the house. How's it going?
Hi.
Jessica getting in early.
Hey, y'all. Mom says, hey, y'all. Hey, Josh Perry. Gryffindor. All right, what's up, everybody? Yes, this is an episode of ADHD Theater. However, we have a different spin on it this week. I'm not sure if you remember, it's been a long time since we've had a guest on ADHD Theater, but it's happened once before, I think. I don't know. But anyway, without further ado, the one, the only, Laurie Calcaterra. How's it going?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me on the show. Happy Friday. I think that's what day it is.
Yeah.
Is it Friday?
Would be.
Okay, I'm on the right day.
That's good.
You tell me at this point, because this was one of those days I woke up, I didn't know what day it was. I thought it was Monday. So
Yeah.
Oh,
I've done that. I did that earlier today. I was like, it's great to be out on a Thursday. I mean, Friday. I don't know what day it is.
Mhm.
They all run together.
Yeah.
Hi, Jessica. Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, man, it's been so long. Like I think we did have a guest on Friday, and that was when people were trying to kickstart their campaign. Who was it that we had? I can't even remember. It's been so long. But
I'm not
anyway.
sure.
That's funny.
Yes.
Well,
Here we are again talking about another Kickstarter. So
Yeah.
we had Laurie on our It's Freaking Figures show earlier in the month to kind of introduce everybody to her current Kickstarter that's going on now. And Laurie, how many days do you have left in your current Kickstarter?
It just flipped 6.
6 days.
6 days left.
6
When
days.
I was on your show, it was the beginning of the month. So we had like
Yeah.
20 some odd days left. And now we're down to 6. So it's
And it had already funded at that point
Yeah.
too, which is insane.
yeah, we're breaking
so-
stretch goals at this point, and I'm hoping to break some more because we got some
Nice.
really cool stuff. Like, oh, I'll wait. I'll tease you guys. We're gonna smash fruit. It's cool. I'll talk about it later.
Ooh. Okay,
Nice.
so let me just do a little bit of housekeeping here. Thanks for everyone who watched our interview with Brian Flynn this past Monday. I had a good time. I think Zombie did too.
Yeah, that was a nice little chat.
Yeah. And it was nice trying to drag secrets out of him, but yeah. All in all,
He
I think
wasn't
it went
budging.
well.
Did he give you any secrets?
Not really. Not
No.
really. Just more confirmation of this and that, and housekeeping stuff. But
Yeah, we got to squash a couple of rumors, so
Yeah.
that's good enough.
Gotcha.
Yep, always good. But yeah. So let's see. Let's pull up share screen.
Oh, we're going right into it.
Well,
you guys don't mess around.
let's see. We'll do this.
I make people work for that on my show. I'm like, tell me all you guys are. Tell me your origin story. Let me ask you some questions. And then eventually I'm like, okay, we'll show off your Kickstarter. You're like, let's just show off the goods.
Right. We'll just get right to it.
Just show off the goods.
Yeah. So where's the screen now? Jeez. Okay. So this is good stuff here. Path Pale Rider issues 1 through 6.
Yeah. You should
You
probably
got the
tell
cookie?
your cookies, to F off.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
So wait. Scroll back up a little bit, because last time we had you on, Laurie, I meant to ask this, and we lost right over it. Whose crotch are we looking through on this cover?
Oh,
That's so funny that you said, because I know, Zombie, you and I have the same kind of sense of humor. Because when Gilbert turned this in, I was like, oh, this shall be known as the butt cover.
oh.
Normally,
packets. I was like, and when he first did it in black and white, I'm like, what liquid is in front of Jude? I just want to be sure.
Oh, it's urine.
He's like,
course.
Laurie, get your mind out of the gutter. He was like, it's blood, it's not urination. I was like, we could do a variant. He was like, no. I'm like, okay, I will put that to bed. But when you see the first 4 pages, it kind of explains what this situation. Jude St. Clair, when we see him on covers in the past 4 issues, we've seen him as courageous and fighting bears and fighting bad guys and sitting on top of ambulances as things burn down and like in hordes of zombies. This is very different position for Jude to be in. And so I'm telling you guys, someone is standing over him. He looks dejected. He is tied up. He looks like he is lost. And so we're at the point of the story where things are dramatically different. Everything is going to go wrong. And then I love this issue because it sets up the next one, which is the big moment in this first arc. There's a huge reveal. Life changes for Jude St. Clair from here on out. So this cover, you'll have to read it and then you'll understand. But this is Miguel
Fair
Blanco. To make your long answer short, it's Miguel Blanco standing over Jude St. Clair, which you see him in the first 4.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
It's a bad day.
Oh yeah.
And whose blood is that? Is it Jude's
I could
blood?
wager, but so just to get into it, and the reason, other than the fact that you're a wonderful human being, the reason we did the movies we did was because we had talked and we were like, all right, well, what movies fit your campaign that you're wanting to talk about here? And it even says right here, Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, you guys were like Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
And when we launched the campaign, our banner was a spoof of Shaun of the Dead. It had my 2 characters dressed up as the main 2 characters from Shaun of the Dead.
Right.
Like Dwayne Fink had the shirt on that said "Got Wood," and then Jude even has like a name tag that says Jude, and he has a shovel. He's wearing the tie and everything. So we have that same sense of humor about our series, and that's the fun part of being this far. Because in the beginning you kind of have to set the tone, like it's a Western apocalypse. And now where we're at, we're like drawing Big Jude, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a combination of the bear and the cowboy, because we're just being silly. It can be like it's Shaun of the Dead. It can be dark. It can be gruesome, but there's still an element of comedy in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say Shaun of the Dead is an influence as well. But I would say like Book of Eli or Fallout, spaghetti westerns, Walking Dead, and then Cocaine Bear. Yeah. For all different reasons. Like Fallout because it's the apocalypse, but it's the future apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the Old West. So you will find things like modern technology that maybe someone has hobcobbled and duct taped it together in order to make it work again.
Yeah.
So see that. Things have devolved back to the Wild West for a majority of people. So they're living off the land. They're wearing the same clothes. Jude is on his horse most of the time until that happens. Walking Dead, for obvious reasons, we have undead, but it's not the undead that you're used to.
Right.
We had a long conversation about how our undead are pretty unique. They don't crave flesh. They're not trying to eat you, but they're rotting and their brain is rotting. It's your own personality stuck in a rotting body, with like dementia and fast forward. So you lose your memories, you could get violent, you could get detached or vegetative. And we have undead everything like bears and fish, insects, nothing. We broke death. Death is broken.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tell me your questions, Primrod, because this is your first time.
She's still trying to take everything in.
She's processing. But usually, like, this is where we take a step off of the main zombie genre, right?
Yeah.
Because we talk about things like, do the undead have rights? Can they own property? Can they drive? Can they vote? Should they have a curfew?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Can they be a part of society when they're so dangerous?
Yeah, and they
Chain 'em
sort
up.
of hinted at that
You
with
what?
at the end of Shaun
Just
of the
chain
Dead.
them up.
Chain them up.
Yeah. Like a
Wow.
pet.
I like you. You'd fit right in. Just get rid of them.
Yeah.
But where do they go? Because again, there's no bullet to the brain solution. Like in a typical zombie movie where it's like if you shoot them in the head, they're done.
Right.
We don't have that. There's no you make them more chaotic if you shoot them in the brain.
Whoa. Okay.
More chaotic.
Well, yeah, I mean they're already rotting and losing parts of their brain. And so
But if
take
you
away
just take off their brain altogether.
Yeah, we have characters coming up that are just a head.
That was my next question.
Yep. And the body does still move. So you
Oh
could have
my!
like an arm crawl by. That's fun.
So that's how Thing was made. Thing from Adam's Family.
Yeah. Thing from Adam's Family. It's from Path of the Pale Rider. That's right.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
I saw a fan theory that Thing from Adam's Family was Ash's hand from The Evil Dead.
Oh, that's genius. I like it.
That would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, what was it? Didn't you have something you wanted to reveal?
You mean me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sure, I can do it now. So, I did a thing.
Oh.
Laurie,
Uh-oh.
I took some inspiration from some of your work here, and
Oh,
I know you make just everything.
I do.
And I saw an opportunity to make something that I haven't seen you do yet. So
Cool.
let me,
Excited.
bear with me here because I didn't want to pre-upload this because I
Just
didn't
in
want you to
case.
see it while we
Yeah.
were just chatting or whatever. So
Well, I don't have admin. I'm using the guest sign in, so I can't see all the other things.
all right. Okay,
Ready?
Dustin, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm
pull it up.
ready.
Yeah.
I have to
So
I need that. I need it.
So tell us what I made, Laurie.
This, my friends, is Sad Pancake.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Poobah, I have to tell you this story because it's so funny. All right, so in issue 5, there's it's a devastating scene. The undead at this point are done like trying to compromise and be friends with the living. And so they just end them. They pull them in the street, they line them up, and they just shoot them. Because now you're on my side, right? If I
Mhm.
remove your heartbeat, you and I are now on the same side. Right.
Okay.
And so I have this character named Lola, who's a badass bandita. And this is what she's doing in this scene. And my artist, Gilbert Perez, who came on issue 5. So we had an artist switch. So he read the whole script and he drew this whole page and he put a puppy in that scene. I didn't write the puppy in. He did.
Oh.
Okay. And so when he got to the end in that last panel, and I very, very the way I said it was, all right, make sure that Lola shoots the dog on that last panel. And he was like, what?
Oh.
He was like, why did Lola's words come out of your mouth? And I was like, she doesn't see it as wrong.
Right.
She sees it as you're a part of my family or part of my team now.
Mm.
And so when she's shooting all these people and the dog was the last one, that was like her last hurrah. It was like, welcome to eternity. And just shot. I blame Gilbert.
Wow.
It's his fault. That's what he gets for drawing fuzzy puppies into my story of doom and gloom. So we had some fun with it because the fandom doesn't, I mean, they know I'm sadistic, but I have this Facebook group. I took the picture of the dog. He wasn't Sad Pancake. We took a picture of the dog, put it into the group and was like, name this puppy. So I put a poll and they had a great time naming this puppy, and the name they came up with is Sad Pancake. And so
Aw.
Sad Pancake is now a part of the story. Oh my gosh, you did such a great job. Look at him.
I've got a lot of turnarounds here. Well, I've got more pictures than I'm going to share tonight, but
Oh, so excited.
yeah. So
So-
I had to covertly get Dustin to like ask you some questions about Sad Pancake.
That's why.
Because I didn't want to do it myself, because I'm like, she's gonna know I'm gonna make something. That's what's gonna be up. So I got him to do it instead, and that was before I even, because I didn't sculpt this dog here. This was something that it's a pre-made dog from like I don't even know how to say the name of it's
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
so.
Wow.
Hang on.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Put it back up there.
All right, whatever. It's
Oh.
that company.
Schleich.
Schleck.
Schleck, or what? I don't know. I don't know how to say that. Somebody else out there probably does.
It's
So
Shapoopy.
Yeah, that's
Um,
it.
there you go.
Shapoopy.
No, so it was just like this little, I don't know, rat terrier thing or something, and I'm like, oh, because the only image that I'd ever seen was from the comic cover that Sad Pancake is on, so I didn't really have a whole lot to go on. So I'm like, well, yeah, that'll work. I found it at Tractor Supply or whatever. So that was the only thing I went in there to buy. Some of those people, they recognized me, and they just kind of looked at me funny. Like, why are you buying this? So I told them what I was doing, and the guy at the register was like, that is the most awesome thing I've ever heard anybody say in this store.
Yes!
And I told him about your Kickstarter and everything.
That's so cool.
Like, yeah, there's like a whole story, man. You should go check it out. Back it and get some comics or whatever. So,
No
but yeah, no, like I needed info. Like, how did Sad Pancake bite the big one? And
This is what Dustin asked me. He was like, does he have specific wounds, or like, how does he die in the comic? And you guys don't have issue 5 yet. And so I was like, oh, well, Lola shoots him right through the middle. And then I sent him a picture of how it happened. So that's awesome.
Yeah, so I put the bullet hole there, and so I was like, okay, that's kind of tame. So what can I do for the other side? There's an entry hole there. So what about the exit wound? So the bullet had to come out, right?
Yeah. I was like, there better be some ribs showing.
Oh, that was like the first thing that I had to do was I'm sculpting some ribs in there. So I took out one of my Dremel tools and just made this big gouge in the side of it and everything. And like this one little flap that's hanging there under those ribs, there's like, let me back up to the previous one, because you might, I don't know if you can see a little bit better in this one or not. But there's like, right there under the ribs. That is still part of like the plastic that like almost grinded off. And I'm like, nope, that's staying there. That's great.
Awesome. Yeah, it looks like it's where the bullet exits,
Yeah.
And then it took off some flesh with it. I'm so gruesome.
So
Sorry.
like, so it didn't have a collar on. Let me show you what this thing looked like before. So here's the before picture.
Oh.
So yeah, it's just some, boring little
boring.
Dog.
Oh, he has a heart.
So
not anymore.
No. And just to kind of give a scale here of how big this is.
Oh, he's tiny.
Yeah, that's a quarter there.
Tiny.
So and I added the collar, so and the hoop that the name tag, I it's so small I couldn't put Sad Pancake on the name tag, but the bone shaped tag, I actually took like a gift card and cut and then took files and filed as best I could to get that shape.
Wow.
Wow.
So, but yeah,
I'm super impressed.
He's
Oh, look how
He's
cute
a-
he is. And
he's a
see,
tiny
here's the
boy.
thing. This is gonna sound punny, but Sad Pancake is taking on a life of his own. I've
Yeah.
had a ton of people ask me about the dog, variant covers coming about the dog. People want
Wow.
Sad Pancake merchandise, t-shirts, stickers. I've been asked for all of that. And it's like, this was all because Gilbert drew a puppy and then it regretted his decisions. So it's funny how that all happens sometimes, but it's like now it's a thing, and the fandom, of course, is attached because they named the puppy. So
Right.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So even the wound on the leg, I know on the
Mhm.
comic cover, it's on the other leg or whatever.
Yeah.
But this one had that leg kind of held up a little. I'm like, I've got to put it on that
Got
one.
to, yeah.
Perfect. So the bone showing through there is actually, I just kind of, when I used my Dremel tool, that's still part of the original plastic, but the ribs are something that I sculpted in with some epoxy sculpt.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask you, like, how
So,
did you handcrafted that? Did you use tiny little dental tools?
no, I don't have any dental tools. I, just like a hobby knife or whatever. And then this is one of my favorite
Oh, look at
sculpting
that.
tools.
That's a weapon.
And
Yeah.
it can be, yeah.
Yeah.
So I bought this at a Sally's Beauty Supply.
Shut up.
And it's
The
for like
cuticle.
keeping, like nails and stuff. So I was like, oh God, I love this. It's good. It's heavy. It's one of my favorite sculpting tools.
Nice.
So, but yeah, no. So I did make this for you. So after the show,
Yay! I was
don't
like,
go
do I
anywhere.
get it? I was like,
I want
what
your
do I have to
information,
do?
Wow.
Do I
and
bribe you?
I'm gonna send them to you. So
Yay!
yeah, I made
love
this
him.
for you.
Thank you. I
Cute.
very much appreciate that. And I know all the time and effort that you put into this. So that makes it extra special when someone sees one of my characters and is so excited by what we do to actually bring it to life is life is amazing.
Yeah.
Bring it
I
into
wanted
life.
to do Big James, but I couldn't find a suitable like bear to do it with. So I was like, maybe that'll be the next one.
But I mean, like, we have a ton of Big James merch. I don't think I have him up here. I have a 3D printed Big James that I made and then painted. I think he's downstairs on my mantle. So, but I don't have a Sad Pancake yet. So now they can be friends. And I know this is going to happen. I'm going to end up writing short stories of Big James and Sad Pancake. It's going to happen. They're going to go on adventures, right?
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to it.
Yeah. No, I can make them go on adventures when I have both of them together, like I do with my
Yeah.
Funko Pops, and I make them act out things.
That's right. Oh boy. So that was
That's super
fun.
cool. Thank you again. That's cool.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
So,
So
Dustin, did you pick out a hot sauce yet?
I
Which
haven't.
one? You haven't. I was going to say, which one do you think you want to try?
I don't know. What was it? What were the options again?
There's a ghost pepper barbecue, mango habanero, and jalapeno serrano. The first two are medium to medium hot, and the last one is mild. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
You made me try to rank them, and I wasn't doing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think probably the medium hot.
You want spice, then probably those two. Oh, look! So cute.
Sad Pancake before he dies.
That's right.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not green.
I know everybody's gonna be sending me green doggies, and I'm very excited. My mother-in-law does the perler beads.
Yeah.
Perler beads, and she was like, I'm thinking about doing something for Path of the Pale Rider. And I was like, is there dog patterns? And she was like, yeah. I was like, can you make it green? She was like, yes. And I'm like, here's a picture of Sad Pancake. He's like, challenge accepted. So we'll see what comes of that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's funny. Oh boy. So let's kick it back here to the Kickstarter.
Yeah. Here we are at the beginning. Yep. So there we are. And now when you guys go check this out, there's words. Not everybody wants to read words. If it's too long, you don't want to read it. I gave a video pitch so you can hear me talk about. That's what that is right there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like slightly over a minute, but I can pitch you like you can hear me talk about the story instead of reading all the stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. That's new
Well,
this time. I
let's-
tried that.
Let's go ahead and give the general pitch. Like, we know Deaths is broken.
Death
Yeah.
is broken. Jude St. Clair is a cowboy that's determined to figure out the why behind it.
Oh.
And like I had mentioned, things have devolved back to the Wild West. And he's on this path. And so you're going to see things like zombie ethics and conspiracy theories. It's very cinematic because when I wrote this in 2018, it's written as a full-length movie. It's a movie script.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't know what to do with it at that time, back in 2018. My husband is into comics and Kickstarter, and he knew all about all of that. And he encouraged me to go that route. So I did.
Okay.
We started in 2020, and then the pandemic happened and everything fell apart.
Mm.
And I waited for a full year. I didn't do anything in 2021. I waited to see if I could find the artists that needed to be a part of the project. Because I had other people that were like, I could do it, but I had some people even telling me like, no, it's a zombie thing. Zombies have jumped the shark. I'm not interested. And I was like, you didn't even read it. Like, it's not typical zombies. And he's like, you said the word zombie. It's not going to go anywhere. It will never amount to anything. And I was like, F you, you know,
Right.
here we are making it a thing.
Yeah.
So I met Marco DeFio in January of 2022. And that's when we started to get to work. So this published July of 2022. So this is going to be our third year. And we have produced this will be our 6th issue and a trade paperback. We have a collected trade of 148 pages for the first 4 issues. So we get done with number 8. We'll be doing another trade paperback, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you like zombie shenanigans, sorry, I am a little slap happy. That sounded a little crazy. I heard how crazy I sounded. Why don't I say this? I'm that person that's tired of going to the movies and seeing reboots and sequels and prequels, and it's the same stuff. I don't want another live action Disney cartoon.
Right.
I don't need another Ghostbusters. I don't need another Beetlejuice. I don't want you to reboot Labyrinth. Like, I want something new.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I created.
Yeah.
I created a story that is new and exciting, and it's in all the genres that I like. Westerns
Yeah.
and horror and apocalypse and a little comedy in there. So that's what you're going to find.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All good stuff.
All good
Yep.
stuff.
Let's see.
If you go back, we can talk about the first 4 pages of issue 6, because that plays into Zombie's question is who is standing over Jude in the cover. He's there.
You already closed the window, didn't you?
Oh no! I was scrolling and no one was commenting.
No, we just can't see it. You didn't put it up on the screen.
You didn't share with us, buddy.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I'm there. Why aren't you?
it's like, yeah, I'm there. What's going on?
Yeah. All right. So a really quick recap of what's going on so far in the story. Issue 1, we start out in the apocalypse. You get to see Jude in the wild. He makes decisions. You kind of get to learn who he is. Him and his horse Prince, whose full name is Diana Prince, encounter a giant zombie bear on this road. And it's a bad day. Things don't work out for Jude. He barely makes it out of there with his heartbeat intact. Issue number 2, he's in the town of Santa Claus, Arizona, which is the real place. And he's looking for this guy named Dwayne Fink, who apparently knows something about how the apocalypse started. Dwayne Fink is the town drunk. He is standing on the table screaming stuff about the apocalypse and the golden man and blah, 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 right?
Mm.
So this is this guy that Jude's been looking for. At the end of that issue, I drop you into a flashback. So we start issue 3, the first day that Death went missing. Issues 3 and 4 is about Jude's past, watching society fall apart, the trauma that Jude and his family go through, which ultimately pushes Jude out the door and into the world. And in issue 4, he finds out it's actually worse than what he thought it was. It's worse than watching it on the news, right?
Mhm.
Wow.
Issue 5, which we just released, what month is it?
February.
It went out in January, December. Nope, it went out in November, October,
Okay.
November. I don't know what date it is. So it went out already. So people have already read issue 5. So we catch up in time. You get to talk to Dwayne for just a second. He gives you some nuggets of what he thinks is truth. They break out of Santa Claus and it burns to the ground for reasons you'll have to read. And at the very last panel, Jude St. Clair is knocked the F out. And here they are waking up in this place called Camp Cadaver.
Mhm.
So he and Dwayne have a heartbeat, and pretty much everybody else does not. Got a crispy man. That sucks. Yeah. We call him Ken for Kentucky Fried.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Just kidding.
Sounds good. I'm hungry.
But he's kind of explaining the camp, like, be polite, don't speak unless you're spoken to, answer all the questions and be precise. You know, this isn't just any encampment. This is the encampment, Camp Cadaver, run by the bandito Miguel Blanco. And of course, that doesn't mean anything to Jude or to Dwayne or to anybody reading, but it will later.
Yeah.
This camp is not your ordinary camp. And then, of course, here's Miguel Blanco interrogating another living person with that uniform. She is in the police force called the Collectors. And now their job is to go into a living community, nab that undead person, usually in the middle of the night, rip them out of their house, throw them in the back of a panel van, and they disappear them. They're claiming they take everybody to this undead retirement community.
Mhm.
But no one has any idea what that looks like. And once they're gone, it's impossible to talk to them again. So he's asking something, wants to have answers. She's not telling him what he's looking for, begs for her life, which he promptly ends. Funk. But again, in his mind, he's not killing her.
Yeah.
He has now absorbed her into this camp.
Wow.
And
Good
Jude
stuff.
witnesses all of that. And he's just like, clean her up, you know, get her out of here, clean her up. And so in this last panel, you can see he has Jude and Dwayne in his sights. There is a pool of blood. So that kind of fills in the blanks about the cover.
Yeah.
So it's Miguel Blanco standing over Jude in front of this pool of blood, probably from this lady. You never know. It could be someone else's blood.
Could be, but
In case you guys want to see just snippets of the last 5 issues, I put together a GIF. Again, look at the difference in the covers. You know what I mean? With Jude, where he's angry, he's determined, he's on his path, he's he's defiant. He's super sarcastic too, which I love. Swears at people with American Sign Language. There's Big James Origins.
Big James.
Yeah. Undead getting snatched, including 14-year-old little girls.
What?
Isn't that terrible? And I mean, like the worst part about all that is a lot of times they're aware because they
Yeah.
haven't decomposed enough so that, you know what I mean? They lose their memories. That girl knew what was going on. She was scared and asking for her mama to help. And they
Yeah.
wouldn't, they just took her out of the house and she's disappeared. So
Wow.
it's a rough world to kind of try and function. There's Lola, the dog killer. There's our giant swarm of blister beetles.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Undead bugs are a thing. So, yeah. That's issue 1 with the introduction
that.
of Big James, where he earned his infamy and his merch, apparently. There is more merch of Big James than any other character in this book so far.
That's a terrifying concept.
Right.
It's people love Big James. You'll see it. You'll watch. I'll be back next campaign and everybody's going to be looking for Sad Pancake merchandise.
Yeah.
Right? Especially after I show them what you made. They're going to be like, how do I get one? I'll be like, dear zombie, would you like to make 50 of those? Because people want them.
Well, they
I don't know about
probably had 3 on the shelf.
Oh, they want to pay you for it too, so don't worry. We do have some original art by Gilbert Perez. These are all still available, which is astonishing to me that, you know, these are all still. I didn't have them on at the beginning of the campaign. I think that was my mistake. I was saving them for partway through the campaign to put them on to try and get some more support partway through because we always have this dead period. But I think his art needs to be at the beginning. I think more people would get it. But original artwork from the covers on 11x17 Bristol board. Original pencils and inks sketch covers on Path of the Pale Rider, you know, multiple issues. So variant covers, we have a William Russell cover. We have the Sad Pancake cover by DJ Hall. This is actually our top seller right now. I wasn't joking. We have a custom, well, you can get a blank sketch cover. A lot of the artists that follow the campaign get the blank sketch and they do like their own Big James or their own, you know, Sad Pancake. But there is an option to have Gilbert do one from scratch where you get to pick the character. So if you want Sad Pancake, you want Big James, you want Jude St. Clair, he'll do something like that on the cover for you. We do have other cover options too, which you'll see. Here's all of our cool t-shirts, which I make.
I love those.
Again, our sense of humor. It's like you have died-ish of dysentery in Big James. Yeah, because you know it's the West.
Dead outside.
Still human inside. That's the logo. I think I'm wearing that one. Yep, that's their chant. So we have a Undead Underground, which is like the movement of the undead and the living sympathizers in the beginning. And they riot together because the government is taking away rights. You can't vote, you can't own property, and they just start stripping away rights, right? And so they're protesting these changes. And so that's what they're chanting in front of the barricades. Dead outside, still human inside. I don't know. I think it's catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone was like, do you have one that says alive outside but dead inside? Like, no. She's like, oh, darn it. That's what I identify as dead inside.
Right.
Okay. I love this deal because we always have beautiful variant covers. So our standard package is like $5 for a PDF, $10 for a physical book. And then like the standard pack is usually like a book and the PDF together for $15. Well, for $5 more, you can get another physical copy. So you get one for half off.
Wow.
And this is cool because it's just when I send you the survey, you tell me which 2 you want, you know?
Yeah.
Our custom pops. Now, when you told the story to the guy at the tractor store and he was like, This is the same response I got from these custom pop. The studio that does these is called Unique Concepts. And on their website, they promote like cake toppers and graduation birthday presents, right? And they were telling me, they're like, God, all we deal with is bridezillas right now in the spring because everybody's getting married. And I was like, would you like to make an undead bear and a cowboy? And they were like, say less, we're there, you know? And so they're always asking me like, which character is next? What are we doing next? Because they
That's
read the
awesome.
comic too. So
That's awesome. Yeah.
it's fun. There's the big James I 3D printed. He's like about 4 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches tall. He's not giant, but
It's awesome.
these are the secret rewards where I make things from scratch that are slightly warped. Bottles of bones and ashes. 3D printed Big James. Wooden covers. We have wooden covers. These turn out
wow.
super nice. I know I showed you guys last time, but like this is the one from issue 5. It's a wooden cover on a comic. This is our comic. So
That's
you
so
know?
cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is awesome.
A lot of times you'll see like metal covers, foil covers. I'm like, we're a Western. We should do wood. Yeah, we can do wooden covers.
Nice.
Wow.
Mhm. Those are still available as well. With puzzles.
Cool.
Yeah. Now, this is one of my favorites. I wrote a choose your own adventure story. And we call it Choose Your Own Path, of course.
Nice.
And you get to put on the hat and boots and walk around the apocalyptic West and make decisions in this world and see if you survive.
Cool.
It's not very, I kill you off in a lot of really gruesome but ingenious ways. It's just fun though, because it's like if you die, you just go back and you do it again. There is actually one way that when you die, you just continue as undead too. So there's lots of cool stuff in there. This, my friends, is gone. It's been claimed. It's a Path of the Pale Rider mug.
Right.
I love making these. I actually have the next one made. I just made it. It's a yellow one.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh.
Potterville.
I bind books
Yep.
for fun. So I'm started already. It's Jurassic Park is the book that I'm rebinding. Someone claimed that too, though, guys. This is the end of the campaign. All the good stuff's usually gone.
That's what I was referring to earlier, though. You make a lot of cool stuff. This is just like some of it,
right? And this is the best place to get it, though, is on the Kickstarter, because I have friends that are like, "Oh, I'll just wait until you're funded and then I'll pick up a book." Then I'm like, "That's great, but if you want to be drawn into the book, here's where you do that. If you want a hot sauce, here's where you do that. You can't get the hot sauce from my website. You have to get it from here or from me in person because of FDA. There's a loophole. It's because they're free sample size. They're 5-ounce bottles. So that's that. That's how I get around it. Please don't sue me. But like all the cool stuff is here. When I custom make the t-shirts, you see me at a Comic-Con, I just have like extra large. That's it. You know what I mean? I'm not a shirt store, so I'm not bringing 17,000 shirts with me. I'm bringing my hot sauce. I'm bringing some merch, but it's about the books. So if you want all the cool stuff, this is where you get it. The poker cards are here. You could only get these from the campaign. And these come.
I love these designs too.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I'm so excited. The further we get into the book, I can release more of the suits because each suit has a theme.
Yeah.
And we haven't gotten far enough in the story for me to release the diamond ones. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we still have clubs too that I haven't shown anybody what's coming. So Spades is obviously the undead, and Hearts is more about the living because it has the heartbeat that goes through it.
But I mean, look at that.
Back.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I want these. They need to be in my pocket or whatever, you know.
I need it in my belly. Please don't eat them. If you're just finding us now, there is a way in the add-ons to add on all the cards that you missed. And so the cool thing about that is if you come back and even if you just get a $10 book, all of the poker cards that we unlock in campaign come to you for free.
Yeah.
Because they're stretch goals. And if you come every campaign, you have built this entire deck for free. You know?
That's awesome.
So this is the one we're working on now, is the GIF. If and when we break 6,000, I'm going to do the scroll up slightly. The slice and dice. So at 6,000 is the slice and dice event. This is what I was talking about. If you're new to us, welcome to the shenanigans. This stretch goal includes you telling me how to destroy an ill-fated fruit or vegetable. Then we've smashed watermelons, pumpkins, pineapples, and a jackfruit. So you get to vote on the name and you vote on the weapon. And then on one of the shows that I host called the Tuesday Morning Brew, I dress up as Pikachu and then I destroy this thing with the weapon that you picked. So
Okay.
yeah. But we unlocked the one above that, which is the Big Boy James stickers. They're 3-inch holographic stickers. So I'll be ordering those. We have PDF bundles of other comics. So even though you're signed up for Path, you'll be getting additional PDFs from other creators just for free. So you could read more stuff.
Yeah.
And then these are what I really want these scratch and sniff stickers really bad.
Zombie flesh.
Zombie flesh. You know.
Sauce and beer.
Yeah. I feel like we want to bring back our childhood. I asked someone if they wanted to make me, they wanted me to make pogs.
Oh, wow.
And they overwhelmingly said no. So I'll be making pogs for myself and no one else, right? So there's just, yeah.
Okay. Well, go ahead. What?
I was just going to say, this is a part of the cool experience that we offer. On the back cover of every issue, I write a riddle. So if you solve the riddle, things happen in the real world, like you find hidden groups or things show up in your mailbox from a character addressed to you.
Mm.
We have hidden phone numbers, hidden YouTube videos, hidden websites, and you get to solve the riddle and then touch the world of Path of the Pale Rider like it's real.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All of it works. The phone numbers work. The websites they're all, but you can't find them. They're all hidden. You know what I mean? Like you can't just come across this on my YouTube page. It's private. So you have to solve the riddle to find it. This is the last one. So I have someone working on the reward for the riddle for issue 6, and it's by far our best one.
Yeah.
So, I'm really excited. Now I got to write the dang riddle for it. So.
Oh boy. So let's see.
Wow.
I'm sorry if I'm blowing your mind right now. This is the other thing we do. We put together short films. I came from production. I came from, writing scripts. That's what Path originally was. And so this was always an idea of how I wanted to expand the universe and talk about things that we just don't have time to cover in the comic book. Because this is happening everywhere. But of course, the story follows Jude St. Clair. Right.
Yeah.
So if it's not happening to him or around him, a lot of times we can't squish it into the book, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
So we have like a commercial for Pine Fox Community and Undead Retirement Community. We have a news report where the reporter is interviewing people on the street, asking them what they think broke death. And these are fan interactive. So the fans can sometimes record themselves and send it in to me and I edit it in. The short film 3 and 4, they just had to take pictures of themselves. 3, they had to take picture of themselves as looking like a dead body before they kind of like came back.
Yeah.
And then in the fourth one, I zombified 40 people participated in this one. It was our biggest one. And I just put it through a bunch of photo filters. So they would take like a creepy selfie, look like a zombie kind of pose. And then I zombified them for the credits. but that was so much fun because it was like the person with their creepy picture, and then it would have a little words that would appear like how they got collected, why they got collected. And some of them were like wandering the street. Other one were driving into oncoming traffic. Some of them were running around the library screaming frogs. It was just random stuff, you know? So it was fun, and people got to see themselves in the short film. So it was a good time. I'm due for another one.
Yeah.
I'm short on time. A Day in the Life was really good because that was the first one I had all actors. I didn't have to do most of the heavy lifting acting myself.
Yeah.
Which is way easier to just direct as opposed to film yourself and all the scenes like that. It was the third one was difficult. So
and then there's you.
There's me. There's Gilbert. Super funny. I love Gilbert. He comes up with the best stuff. This is Matt Chambers, our colorist. Super busy guy. And then, of course, our Rachel. That is Rachel Bullock, our editor. She's great fun. She's super nerdy. She keeps us looking polished. I love her. She's great. More information about how we spend the money from the Kickstarter. Yeah. Again, most of the money goes to art production, print charges, merch. And then, of course, Kickstarter takes a fee. There's a credit card processing fee and then shipping. This is my publisher for the trade paperback, which is available internationally. Yeah, you guys didn't scroll to the bottom last time. This is No Fat Stupid AI Bears. That's big, James. Stupid.
Oh goodness, that's cracked me up. That's for sure.
Yeah. And that's it. That's the campaign. All I can say is if you like kind of our vibe, give us a shot. You won't be disappointed. Again, this is an all original idea, not something that's rebooted, rehashed, recycled crap, right?
Yeah.
You'll get sucked in. You'll get caught. This is a great time to get caught up in the story. The first arc is 12 issues. And so there's the first 4 is kind of like your act 1 of a movie, 5 and 6, and then everything that happens after that. Issue 7 is nuts. You guys ain't seen nothing yet.
Ain't seen nothing yet.
Ain't seen nothing yet. When you guys read 7,
yeah.
You.
Yeah.
And then you'll see what I'm capable of doing in this world. Yes.
That's right.
It's madness.
It is madness. Into the group rather well. Madness. Yeah.
No, I look forward to it. And you've still got 6 days left to get in on the Kickstarter. Lots of great options for pledging. Lots of great rewards left, actually. Like I said earlier, some of them are gone. That's, you waited too late. Sorry. Not sorry.
No.
Whatever. Go get something else.
But now you guys know some of the stuff. So when we run our next campaign, if you're gunning for that mug, get there early. And I'm usually pretty vocal. I do a lot of social media. I do a lot of podcasting. And so usually about a month before we launch, I will announce what day we're launching and what time. And we do a launch party. And so for this one, like Pops Van Zant and we had a bunch of guests that turned out. I walk people through where you get the things, because if they're like, where do I get the Jack's Revenge hot sauce? You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, this is where you go to get it. So I tell everybody where it is, so that way when it launches, if you're gunning for something, hopefully you can go grab one before it disappears. But some of them are unique items, like that mug and like the book I'm constructing. There's just one. So you got to get there and be the first one hands-on to get it. So.
And wasn't there limited sauces?
Yes.
This Jack's sauce?
Well, the Jack's Revenge, there's, the slice and dice, and we murdered a jackfruit.
Right.
Well, after we had killed this thing, I was like, why don't we make hot sauce out of it? So I didn't have the whole jackfruit
left,
right? Because we murdered it.
Yeah.
So what was left, I turned into hot sauce, and I got 8 bottles of it, and I let 2 people beta test it. People that are, consistently supporting Path and love hot sauce and are local to me, both
Yeah.
got to try it. It is so good. It's so stinking good, which is a problem because I hate making it.
Oh no.
Because jackfruits are a pain in the butt.
Just murder another one.
I'm gonna have to murder another one. Yes. That could be our shtick. Whatever we murder, we turn into hot sauce. That could be.
Yeah,
a
that
thing.
should be.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be bringing back the Jack's Revenge. It might not be the jackfruit that we murder,
Right.
but it will. I'll make more of it if we don't murder it. That's another trade. So, but we usually have this sampler pack with 3. And
Yeah.
so what I'll probably do next campaign is it'll be a drop down in the survey again. So it's like you tell me which bottles you want in your sampler.
Okay.
And then I also have an option with the add-ons where you can just add a single bottle. And same thing, it's just a drop down. You tell me I want a bottle of the green sauce and I ship it to you. So
Nice.
there's a way to do
They
both.
all look great. I don't know.
Yeah.
Really
I'm gonna have to get the one where you send all 3, and
Yeah.
then I'm gonna have to add on the back issues because I don't have any of them. And
Yeah.
I'm a physical copy guy, so I gotta have the physical
Yeah.
print.
Well, and
Yeah.
I got a sense of humor because we got the ketchup tier, the mustard tier, and the hot sauce tier. Ha ha ha.
Right.
You probably want to do it this way. Do the ketchup tier, which gets you all the physical, and then you can read. I also sent you the PDFs. So if you want to read the PDFs before you get your box of goodies, you can at least know the story. If you don't want to open the books, that's another way. Some people do it that way. If you want to read the books, do it. I love that because that's where all the Easter eggs are, the QR codes, the hidden stuff. It's, to me, that's how I look for all that stuff is in the physical.
Yeah.
And then you can add on a sampler of hot sauce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't have a limit on the sampler boxes or any of the individual bottles. If I run out, I just make more.
Nice.
Okay.
Good. I'll have to do that then.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes,
my
I
plan
can't
with
wait
Jack.
for you guys to read this story. It's so good.
So I guess shifting gears here, I feel like if we talk about the movies that we just watched this week, I feel like they touched on what you were getting into with the zombie rights thing at the very end of Shaun of the Dead. And they were like, oh, you still love your husband, but he's clearly a zombie, but
They chained him up.
yeah,
they just stick him in a
And they
shed,
just
right?
chained his friend up and just
But in their world, they are still trying to eat you.
yes,
Right.
But in my world, they're not.
right,
And so if they're not violent, they might still be chaotic because they're losing their memories. Why isn't it okay for them to stay in the community?
That's true.
So there's a lot of different views on how they should act and approach the undead. And what I really think is interesting is that, there's a lot of government oversight. There's a lot of rules and rights stripped away, but not a lot of thought of, oh, that's going to be me someday.
Right.
yeah,
They put all these terrible things in place and then they get to experience them too.
yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
They forgot what day it was too.
Yeah, clearly.
It's the Forgotten Friday.
Right.
Gosh. Nobody knows what day it is.
Well, it was
Some
Thursday
episodes.
for me for like 48 hours. So I don't.
You're like, it was just all one day. I didn't get to sleep, so it would still
No.
continue. I think that's fair. If you don't go to actual sleep, it's the
Yeah.
same day.
Yep,
I
it should
agree.
be.
Yeah.
I experience that every weekend. So
Yeah.
Oh.
Ends up working out the whole weekend, essentially.
yeah, pretty much. No, I think the way that you've developed your story though is it brings up a lot of questions on ethics and
Mhm.
rights and who who gets to stay and who gets to go and that sort of thing. And that was one of the things that kind of, I hadn't said it yet because I wasn't sure like where you were leading yet, but yeah, like
Yeah.
you're eventually going to get there yourself one day. So
Yeah, you idiot.
what are you doing making it so damn hard for everybody?
Right. And like, where do you put everybody? Where do they go?
Right.
You know, and someone was like, what if you were really terrible and you just burnt someone to ashes? I was like, there's major consequences to doing that to someone because there is no death.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
the ashes aren't alive?
I want to tell you so much. We're gonna have to get a little further in the story, but we will cover that. We will cover what happens when there is no more body,
Yeah.
but the person is.
They live in a jar.
Do they?
Well, that
I mean, when I
Yes,
said we
yes,
had a head, we have
Pharaoh.
a head, you know.
I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of
Not
dirt.
good. It's full of people. That one secret award I sent people was the first one I sent out, and people didn't know what they were getting themselves into. I had handcrafted a wooden box, and it had this lovely poem that I wrote about, you know, death, abdicating the throne, and that decay is what is ruling now. And it's like if you put a seashell to your ear, you hear the sea. What happens if you put a bottle of bones and ashes to your ear? Do you hear the voices of the damned? And then they open this box, and it's a glass bottle of ashes and bones.
That
Smart. I knew it.
that would have made me cry. Like
Oh,
I would have teared up and cried because my dad he died at a very early age, and
oh.
I didn't get a whole lot of time with him. And one of his wishes was he wanted to be cremated.
Yeah.
I was not prepared for what his remains would look like.
Mhm.
And it was a shock because
Mhm.
you think ash and everything like that, but like the whole cremation process, like some bone doesn't burn,
Yeah.
so there's a process that they have to go through with that type of stuff, and when you get one of your loved ones remains back, like it's not what you expect it to look like.
God.
Correct.
It's very different.
Yeah.
Because we've all seen, campfire wood and ash, and it's not that.
Right.
No.
It does not look like that.
Mhm.
And the weight of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the actual physical weight of it. So yeah, if you would have sent me something like that, I would have just turned into a blubbering baby.
I'm sorry. And you know
No,
what?
no. It's
I'm
very
gonna-
emotional.
Yes, I'm going to share some of my trauma with you, because my firstborn is a twin, and we lost her brother,
Mm.
and I got that tiny little urn.
Oh.
So I feel you,
Yeah.
but I'm one of those sadistic bastards, back to my dark humor, that if I've had trauma, it's in my story, and
Yeah.
guess what? You're living my trauma with me,
Yeah.
because that's part of my therapy.
Hey.
Is to talk about it in a way that you don't know that you're commiserating my trauma with me. So,
Yeah.
I feel you. It was the saddest little urn I have ever seen.
Mm.
And the worst part of it was, I don't know if it was the worst part. They were just like, he was so tiny that we didn't charge you. We cremated him in the same space as somebody else.
Wow.
So he was in his own little box, and someone else was in there. So
Wow.
I don't talk about this very often, but you talking about your experience, I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. I mean, I'm older than my dad was when he passed. So
Wow.
that was
Wow.
It's never easy losing a loved one, but when it's
Yeah.
somebody that's that close, and Lori, it's,
Yeah. Well, and the hardest
it's
part
one thing.
is we celebrate my daughter's birthday, and it's the same day as the day we lost our son. And so I have these mixed emotions every year. You want to be happy and you want to sell, and she knows, obviously the kids both know that they had a brother, but they don't always, they're not remembering it the same way that my husband and I do. And so that mixed bag of emotions of celebrating your oldest getting older and and taking him to the jump park and celebrating, singing happy birthday. And then at the end of the day, sitting with the little urn and being like, I wish you could be here. I wonder what you would look like.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
we're going to change subject because I'm going to start crying on your show.
Well, I'm going to cry right there with you if you do. So you won't be alone.
Yeah.
So
that's my trauma, and I write it into the story. Mortality, dementia, bears. Bears terrify me.
And puppies.
I love the puppies. That's why he's a sad pancake and he gets to hang. He's forever puppy. Yay! I love him. That's Gilbert's fault too. I didn't write sad pancake. Remember, that was an accident. So, but the things that traumatize me are in the story.
He's great. He's great though. Yeah. So
I know, I'm like, oh god.
I think talking about the movies is just a kind of a formality here at this point. So
yeah,
we've all seen it. Do you just want to rate them?
Yeah.
So let's do this.
Okay.
So the first up, we'll rate. I'll put this up so that way you can think about it. First up, we're gonna rate Shaun of the Dead. That's the one that's most recently in my memory.
Got it. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. Do you have who wants to go first?
Not it.
Shaun of the Dead. Okay, so I'll say I'll give it a 4 stars. Because I really enjoyed this movie. It was very funny.
Huh.
I'll say 3.5.
3.5. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 3 because I mean I've seen this movie several times and that's not a bad rating. Like I'm not saying like I wish that our list went into the negatives because there's been some stinkers that we've seen. And Dustin, I'm looking at you with that Zombievers thing. I was telling people about that. Damn, I can't believe
Zombievers.
Yes, you made us watch that movie.
That movie's classic.
So there's a bear in that movie too, So,
yeah.
But no. Not that Shaun of the Dead is bad or anything.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite funny, the guy, he's just some hapless, middle-aged guy just kind of bumbling through life, and his girlfriend wants something more. And he's like, yeah, but it's so great right now, and then the end of the world just sort of happens.
Yeah.
But no, it's a fun watch. I'm not trying to like bash anybody's favorite movie. It is a good movie. It's just,
in my defense,
it's a 3 for me.
I've watched this before. So when I rewatched it just today, it surprised me because I was like, oh, I actually like this better than I used to, which is why I gave it a 4.
Fair enough.
I would also give it a 4. I've seen a lot of zombie movies, right? And there's very few of them that are great. And there's even less of them that are able to pull off comedy.
Yeah.
Right.
They might try and fail, right? But this one actually pulls off that comedic experience. Plus you got the gore. Plus you got the good story. I think the beginning is so hilarious. Like you said, this guy that's just bumbling through life, and he's almost like he's one of the undead already.
Yeah. Clueless,
right, clueless, and just stumbles. He's half asleep, and it's just so funny that he doesn't even he doesn't even realize when the end of the world is there. He's just going through the motions and like opening this door, like they're making fun of the one zombie that's walking and like like that's just a classic. That's classic.
Yeah.
And no one's been able to really capture that since, in my opinion. So
Yeah, I
would
don't
do
think
it
so
for.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like you. I've seen a lot of stinkers when it comes to the zombie genre, and it's
Yeah.
and I can see why people are just kind of numb and tired of it
Yeah.
because there's a lot of lackluster stuff
Mhm.
out there for it. It's just like somebody was, yeah, that's trendy. We'll do that now. And no,
Right.
you
And
shouldn't.
I've talked about this on other shows, but it's interesting to watch the evolution because it's always like the concept, right? So zombies is voodoo on living people, mind
Mhm.
control, and then zombies as undead. So George Romero brought that to everybody, and that became a thing. And then they kind of explored that, and it was like, all right, well, let's take it up a notch. Now we have fast zombies, and then virus, right? And so
Yeah.
that's usually what we do with like Wolfman and vampires. And then eventually, when you know it's about to die, was when you have the romance. Twilight, right?
Zombie strippers.
I mean, warm bodies. Like
Right.
we've hit the end
Yeah.
of the genre, and it needs to be revitalized. There needs to be a new idea. And so we get these half breeds and different takes on zombieism, different takes on vampirism, different takes on werewolves. So eventually something will revitalize the genre, and I'm really
Mhm.
hoping it's me. Right? Because ain't
Heck yeah.
nobody seen this before. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a really great concept.
Yeah.
thank you.
All right.
Not
So
warm bodies. Don't see that one.
That one was kind of bad.
Terrible.
That's my suggestion for next week.
Yeah, watch that. Sorry,
No.
guys.
Like the
She's
only thing I
joking.
liked, no. The only thing I liked about that movie was like the undead that were just too far gone. That was like the only thing in that movie that I liked.
Yeah.
Like I would just like go with that.
Yeah. They missed the mark for most of the movie except for that. And I mean, we still get new movies with that pay good like they're Train to Busan. I would consider that newer, even though it's not brand spanking new.
Yeah.
But I think it was executed well. And
Was
it's
that
just
zombies?
Train to
Yeah.
Busan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never seen it. So
Go watch that movie. You can
Yeah,
watch that next week too.
There you go.
that's actually,
There
and it's
goes some
got one of
movies.
your favorite voice actors in it, Dustin. I don't know his name, but he's got that very recognizable voice. Like, he did the voice for what's that anime you were watching with the hero, My Hero Academia?
Oh,
He did the voice for All Might. Like he does, like if you
Oh.
watch the English dub of that movie, like he's one of the voices that you'll instantly recognize it.
okay.
He plays no hero in this movie though.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the next one.
Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear.
Oh man.
I gotta read these some more now. I was like,
So I'm going to start off by saying I had
Sorry.
zero interest in seeing this movie like at all. I thought the concept was just ridiculous.
It is.
And then I found out, no, this sort of kind of did happen, but the movie obviously embellishes and they've added
Right.
a bunch of stuff in and all that kind of stuff. But there was a situation where there was a bear that it did, end up consuming some illegal substances, cocaine. But I don't think it happened like it did in the movie.
It died. Like that was the
So-
whole thing. They found this bear and they were like, a dead bear, cocaine. And then they ran a test. They're like, oh, the bear ate the cocaine and then died. And that was it.
Right,
really?
Right.
Yeah. But
So,
then someone was
yeah.
like, but what if?
Right. What if?
Yeah.
So it's
I
the what
will-
if that definitely gets me, but
I will say I enjoyed this one. It
Yay!
was hilarious. This one I will go first on. I am going to rate this one as a 4.
Whoa!
No, it was ridiculous. It was out there. It was funny.
Yeah.
It's just like you ask yourself to these characters, what the hell are you doing? I laughed the whole time.
Right.
And
It
it's
was.
supposed to be ridiculous. It's like
Yeah.
Sharknado. They know it's ridiculous. So it's, of course, going to be over the top. But it was funny.
Yeah. I know I actually watched it twice yesterday. Once during our
Yeah.
Madness movie theater, but I couldn't hear it. I had to turn the volume way up. And so I was like only catching parts of what they said. So when we watched it afterwards, Kumar and I watched it afterwards, I was just like, oh wow, this is actually pretty funny. So yeah,
You had to deal
I
with
also would
my
rate
problem.
it a 4.
Wow.
I'd say 4.
What'd you say?
4.5.
4.5.
Oh, she's even higher. Look.
Wow.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I
awesome.
want to meet this bear, and the cubs
So-
made it
so-
for me at the end.
Yeah.
So Laurie, I know you don't like bears, so I want to hear how you took this.
I rated it as a 1.5. So look at the description you have there. Right? So regrettable, like, why am I watching this? I regret watching this. Notably flawed and frustrating. Come on, right? It is, and then guilt-inducing. I kind of feel guilty for watching this movie. Let's be honest. Is it a fun movie? Absolutely. Is it a masterpiece? Absolutely not.
No.
But like you said, it knows what it is and it has
Right.
fun. I think it's one of those self-aware movies. So it's just like you can watch it and have a great time and laugh at it. And that's what you're supposed to do. But
Right.
I don't like bears. 1.5. Keep that thing away from me.
And the creation of this movie has spawned other like drug animal combos. So there's there's meth gator.
Yeah, meth gator. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to see that.
I think there was like was it like a crack raccoon or something? There was something with raccoon or I don't know.
You gotta Google this.
Yeah, no, there's
Meth gator.
others like I
Meth
can't remember them
gator.
all.
Attack of the
2024
Meth Gator.
I want to see that.
Drug-induced animal movies.
And then it spawned like a whole everybody's jumped on
Cocaine
it. They've
cougar.
made-
Oh, it is Crack-coon. Crack-coon.
That was
Oh.
it. Yeah, Crackoon. Yeah.
Crack-coon.
There is a movie that I wanted to see. I wonder if it's still on Hulu. Let me see.
Gator.
No, that's a good one. Pops Crocodile. I mean, hey, you
Crocodile,
never know.
There's Cocaine Shark. Eh?
A what?
Cocaine Shark.
Cocaine
Okay.
Shark.
That seems
Yeah.
overdone.
So there's
That
there's
sounds like something our government would spend money on. Here, put cocaine in the water and see what happens. For $1 million.
that is
Well,
terrible.
and the one cop in the movie, he's like, whoa, wait. Give it to him. Let's see what this happens. It's just like, why would you do that?
Because it's a movie.
Yeah.
At least you slept for a little bit.
Mammoth. What, no crocodile?
So-
Yeah.
There's weird similarities with my story and things that happen in the real life that catches us off guard. And of course, I wrote Big James, this undead rage bear, back in 2018, right? Right in issue 1. And then as we're doing issue 3, and issue 3 is where you get the origin story of Big James. They're watching the news and they're like, oh, and it's not just people that are affected, animals are affected too. Please be aware, graphic content, viewers be advised, blah, blah. And then they show like Big James getting shot in the head by hunters. So, and then killing the hunters. And then the head of one of the hunters talking to the camera, like, help me, right? And we have this beautiful yellow, black, and red cover of Big James for issue number 3. And we dropped that cover on the Friday that Cocaine Bear trailer dropped.
Nice.
I didn't know. That wasn't planned. I didn't know when Cocaine Bear was dropping their trailer. And so it's just weird stuff like that. And like we released the Sad Pancake variant cover for 6 and on like a Wednesday. And then on Friday, freaking the new Superman trailer dropped with Superdog. The new one with James Gunn's trailer,
Yeah.
right? And I was just like, this just weirds me out, guys. Don't get it. So you never
They're
know.
listening.
Yeah.
Stop copying me, Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great though. So I do want to say, when we had you on earlier in the month for our Monday show,
Mhm.
there was something that I wanted to show you, but we ran out of time.
Oh,
And so Dustin, if you will, bring up my share screen again. So there's this bear figure coming out from the Four Horsemen. So you know what I'm gonna do here.
do it. Just understand that my fandom will come for you, zombie. Anything that you make, they're gonna demand they get one too.
This figure
Oh my
is
God, look at it.
massive.
Wow.
How
Okay,
big is it?
this is a huge figure. Like he's not a small little toy. Like that
Right.
guy that's on his back, that's a 7-inch figure. And this
Wow.
is a fully articulated bear. So
I need it.
so is it in, so no, it's not in production yet. It will be later this year, which probably means it's coming out next year.
Perfect.
So I'd be very
Wow.
surprised. I would be very surprised if it was the end of this year, actually. But you know, they've got a few waves that are ahead of this one that they have to
Yeah.
produce. But this figure, I mean, he's fully articulated and he can stand up on his hind legs, and they have an additional neck piece that you
Wow.
can pull the one that you see here off so
Mhm.
that it's anatomically
Really
more
turn.
proportionate. And this other head here that they have, let me see, yeah, that roaring head there, so you can have him standing up and like,
Wow.
you know, it's the saddle is not like a permanent piece to it either, so that comes off. So if you just wanted an articulated bear figure, but yeah, like
Yeah.
so the jaw is not articulated. It's a completely separate sculpted head because they wanted to, again, make sure that the anatomy of it looked correct.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Can
yeah,
you imagine if someone was able to ride Big James into battle?
Right.
Oh my God.
Look, you need to get on this. Jude needs to ride him into battle.
I was
at
going
some
to say, is
point.
there a cowboy figure that could ride this bear?
Yeah.
So
vampire.
nobody has officially announced any Western like
Lame.
7-inch line yet.
Yeah.
I can't confirm nor deny. I don't have any insider information. That's not what I'm saying, but I hear
Yeah.
whispers, you know. But it would be very cool to have that. Yeah. And I
Hey.
wish they had a picture on their site here of him standing. So when they
Yeah.
revealed this character at the convention that they
Oh my
did,
gosh.
they did have a second print of him standing, and he's massive. He's tall.
Yeah.
I think if it stands up on its hind legs, he's taller than 12 inches.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I am definitely going to get a second one of these, and I am definitely going to make a Big James.
Yes.
But I might have to keep that one.
I understand. Just send me a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
I might
Oh,
I might find out where you live and break into your house and steal it.
but yeah, no, so it's but you know, there's going to be plenty of these out there, so I could always do multiples.
I was
Yeah.
like,
It
maybe how
won't
much
be
is it?
cheap.
I was like, depends on how maybe I just buy one and ship it to your house.
Yeah, he's probably, let's see, so they've done horses, and it's the same scale. And the
Yeah.
horses, I think, let's see, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what the retail price on them is. Like I keep thinking
I thought
pre-order
80.
price, the pre-order price, but that's long
Yeah.
past. Like So I don't know. I'm gonna hit up a site real quick and check what they have it for pre-order price, just to kind of
Because
get a
it's always-
ballpark, like what like just the figure itself is gonna
Yeah,
cost.
yeah.
First of all.
Because we have horses. We have Prince, which is also a fan favorite. They're all
Yeah.
rooting for her to come back, and she'll be
Oh, yeah.
gnarly.
Yeah, no, totally. So that's a white horse, right?
She's
Yeah.
like a light tan with dark hair.
Oh,
So
okay.
she has a star on her forehead. So it's Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
I
Ah,
love horse.
gotcha.
right?
No,
Because he names
so
her Diana Prince, so she's tan colored horse.
it's released. Where is
Shopping.
Yeah.
You're like, Dominic, for my birthday, my husband, I was like this figurine of a horse, but you're going to send it to this man named Zombie, please.
Okay, so
Brown horse.
yeah, so this
Yeah, wow.
is the horse that is about to come out in the next wave, and I know it's got a lot of gear on it, but so if you order that particular one, all of that stuff is removable. I wanna back up and look here for, let's see, what was
Thalius.
Right. That's what I want to find. I'm trying to remember what wave he was in.
Aerther.
Is it? Are you sure?
Yep.
I think it
Because
was.
I actually got that wave.
I'm confused. I see the
What is he?
War of
Where's
the
his
Aether.
head?
You mean
Where's his head?
here we go.
Okay.
It's somewhere. I don't know.
So this is what that horse looks like underneath all of that additional gear.
Gotcha.
So yeah, no, they have
Poor
horses and
Prince.
stuff.
Yep. I thought they had a white horse coming out soon.
It's coming out right now in the Necronominous wave.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. I guess because I saw the black and white images or whatever, and I locked onto that. I thought that horse was white in your story for whatever reason.
Yeah, you probably saw maybe because we did produce issue 1 in black and white the first time around. And then when we released the trade paperback, I had Matt Chambers go back and color issue number 1. So now issue 1 is in color. I think I have maybe
Here it is.
3 of the black and whites left. But let me see if I can find you a good one of Prince.
But yeah, there's that white.
That's
horse.
probably closer to her.
Okay.
There.
What?
So then there's also, and you might love this, there's also in the same wave. Wait, where am I going? Back up.
Oh, we're going to have to do this. You have to piece the two together somehow. Half this one and half the other one.
There you go.
Well, they do have an option for forgive me, I'm jumping around. That first one there. I don't know if there's a picture of it there though. I hope so. Yes, they do. So they do have like an undead head that you can switch onto it.
Ooh.
That's it. That's the one.
So how awesome is that?
That's
Right.
gorgeous. I have something to show you. So if you
Yeah, Dustin, you can bring me down.
there. So this is Diana Prince. And this is the part of issue 1 where Jude this lady's refilling his canteen and the little girl's in their yard and she wants to give the horse apples, and he was like, well, Diana Prince is a girl, she can eat carrots, her name is Diana Prince, and she's named after a warrior woman who protects the human race. So that's kind of like his little secret to the girl, and she has this cute little moment. But this is Prince with the star on her the forehead.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So this is funny too. So this panel right at the bottom of this page where he says happy early birthday girl, and she says because he gives her a pair of shoes to be quiet when they're on this road. Apparently in Germany that is a bad omen.
Oh.
And I did not know
no.
that. You're not supposed to celebrate someone's birthday early because then it causes bad things to happen. Someone sent me that, and then they sent me like a definition of like early birthday omen from Germany, and I was like, "Well, that explains that." Like, she don't make it. Spoiler. You're
That's
like,
what I meant to
oh, no.
happen.
here's Big James laying all the way across this road.
Good grief.
Oh, yeah, he's
Yeah.
a big boy.
He's a big boy, and it's like I love this because they have to be so quiet. In order to get over him, they're right by the edge, you know, and like this little inset. He's barely on the road to the point where it's falling apart, and like stepping over this bear. Her foot is brushing his fur as it
Oh,
goes
geez.
over, and they have this one moment of oh thank God, and she trips on the road. It's dilapidated, it has potholes and whatever, and they're both tired. They were both up all night fighting off wolves, and she trips and out comes this glass. He spent time to pick up this glass. It smashes into a million pieces in the road, and then Big James is awake.
Oh,
Whoops.
jeez.
Holy cow.
Panic, right? And so that's when this happens.
Oh.
And so that's why I was like, we need to have that undead
Yeah.
horse. And I'm not gonna, I'll kind of go fast here, but in the very like this right here, he's looking at her. We're missing the words. I gotta go back and fix this. But you see this? That's her star from her forehead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Floating in the pool of blood. But we don't see
Aw.
where she is. She's just gone. And
Yeah.
so that's the hope of the readers is that we could see her again, but in what state?
Yeah.
So
Dun dun dun.
yeah. But I mean, like he
Wow.
owns it. He knows it's his fault, and he, you know, but he's still
He just scrapes her
determined.
forehead up and sticks
Yeah,
it in
yeah.
there.
He just takes her. No, he did not pick up her forehead and take it as a memento. He's like, I'm gonna put this right here. No.
But
It
stick
still
it in my
wiggles,
boot.
though, right? It still wiggles?
Say again.
It still wiggles?
Yeah, it could. Yeah, it's still gross.
Sorry.
But he's off, and he's determined to find Dwayne Fink. So
Oh.
Wow.
So I did find a price point for
oh good.
the bear.
What is the
It's
bear?
not pretty. It's not
150?
pretty. No, it's not quite 150.
It's lower.
Yeah, Dustin, bring that up for me. So this is at Big Bad Toy Store. So he's about 120.
Bad. I thought
Okay.
he was gonna be more than that.
Yeah, no, the horsemen do try to be fair, you know,
Yeah.
and people are like 120, that's fair. Like, trust
It
me.
will.
That thing, yeah.
If you have never experienced one of these figures in hand, especially any of the mounts, you're gonna be blown away. It's
Yeah.
trust me.
Not
Good.
Walmart
Now I know
store
I can
quality.
save up. Great. And no, we won't be mass producing them for the fans. Sorry.
There's
Like-
always
Well.
commissions, but be
Right.
warned, like this is not like to do that justice. That's not like just
That's
a
a big
simple
job.
repaint.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's because, and I mean, like, I would send you like where his wounds are because he has distinctive facial wounds that are canon. And I
Yeah.
let people draw Big James any way they want. A lot of times they can, you know, they can mess him up and they can stick weapons in him and stuff. But he always has the same one scar, this Y-shaped scar over one of his eyes. And then the other one, the socket is exposed. And then that you can put whatever you want on him, you know?
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
That would
I'm no
be-
stranger to making things into zombies. I've done a few now, so
Cool. I like it.
got a few examples on my Instagram page actually. some of them are just little simple, head swap things. Like I had these zombie head prints a few years ago, and I painted them. And at first, I was like, "Oh God, I don't know how am I going to pull this off? What am I going to do?" So I started looking up stuff and everything, kind of got the idea or whatever. And then I made the discovery that they were in scale to put on a Marvel Legends figure, and I had Spider-Man. So I'm like, okay, I know what to do here. So I took zombie Spider-Man beating the hell out of Venom.
Wow.
I'm like,
Nice.
that's pretty cool. But yeah,
That's
no,
cool.
I've done several, and like they are unfortunately no longer in my collection because I always get somebody going, dude, I need this. You have to sell it to me.
Yeah, that's usually me. Like, that bear belongs to me, right? Shut up and take my money. Thank you.
Oh no. So okay.
Mhm.
What are we doing next week? Do we
Yeah.
have movies picked out? Do you have suggestions?
Okay, so it's another animal gone wrong, so to
The
Uh-oh.
speak.
gator.
Slaughter House.
Oh.
It's on Hulu.
Oh.
I thought that might be fun.
That even a thing.
Mm.
You just like walk away. You don't even have to run.
Yeah.
Right?
Just casually walk by it. Like, well, look at that thing.
Well, I think
The
it's
end.
something in the
Fast sloths.
no, it's not a fast sloth. It's I guess these girls get trapped in the dorm with them, and then they all end up dying. Who knows? I'm not sure. I've never seen it.
Are they stupid?
Probably.
That question.
Probably.
It's a
Probably.
rhetorical question.
I've discovered new levels of stupidity in the past 48 hours.
Zombie
So
fever. Yep.
I don't doubt it.
What's that one? Like zombie cheerleaders versus Sharknado or something. Let's look that up.
I've not heard of that one.
Zombie cheerleaders. Zombies and cheerleaders. Zombie cheerleader camp. What?
There was a movie.
Zombie cheerleaders versus gator shark.
Okay. No.
Present. Let me do
Movies
this
get
here.
green lights.
Trying to remember. There was something about what was it called? Something like the Boy Scouts Guide to Surviving the Zombie Apocalypse or something like that.
Oh, that's funny.
It was
Didn't they turn that into Zombieland?
Yeah, it pretty much sounds like Zombieland.
Yeah.
So
no,
the
I
other
mean,
one,
I think that's the title of the movie.
yeah, I'm saying it's basically Zombieland.
Yeah, because he was like, "Here's the rules you need."
I was thinking Boy Kills World. It's also on Hulu.
Yeah, I wanted to see that one too.
I have seen this one, and I can say that it's something.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm not going to say what I think it is. But
makes me want to maybe see it.
Yeah,
it's something. Sure.
Right. And then, of course, here's the Slaughterhouse movie.
I'm not seeing it.
Where?
Oh, shoot.
You're still on Hulu.
Oh, right. Let's do this.
Push the button.
I can't do this.
Push all the buttons. That's what I did.
One.
Yeah. May the best one win.
You're right.
There we go. Slaughterhouse. It says it's on Hulu.
All right. What does it say? Can you read that to me? What it says?
Slaughterhouse takes sorority houses to a whole new level of scary. And then it says stream Slaughterhouse on whatever the 15th. But it's already on Hulu.
To be elected as her sorority's president, she adopts a cute sloth,
there we go.
thinking it can become the new mascot and help her win. Neither one of these descriptions tell me what this movie is.
What you
about.
want.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to watch it.
It's a slasher sloth film.
Yep.
B-movie thrills to gore lovers and Greek life haters alike.
Oh,
61% rating. That's still better than I expected.
Yeah. Yep. So that's what I say we should do. What do you guys?
Look at that sloth. Look at it.
It's so
Poor
cute.
Sally.
I'm
Yeah.
conflicted.
Our daughter has a sloth named Sally,
Oh,
and
God.
she has been begging me to watch this at on our podcast at some point. I'm like, I don't know, maybe someday. Are you gonna watch it on the podcast? I don't know, maybe someday. Well, today is that someday, I think.
Now we get the real reason why. So, all right, we'll watch it, so she'll stop asking.
You'll never look
No.
at that sloth the same.
It's
Evil.
so cute. I'm never gonna let her watch this, not for a long
Yeah.
time, but still.
Funny.
Yeah. Slaughter House and let me type this out. Slaughter
Oh,
House
goodness.
and Boy Kills World for next week. There we go.
Oh, there is a scout. There's Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
That's it. I think that's
And
it.
it looks okay, and the cover is bright yellow. So it looks like Boy Kills World in style. Maybe that's why you were thinking they were the same movie, because it is a bright yellow poster.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Scout's Guide to Zombie Apocalypse. Well, we'll have to save that for another week.
Yeah. It doesn't
But- It's on MGM anyway.
6.3 stars out of 10. Ty Sheridan, Logan
There's someone
Miller,
named
Patrick
Augie
Schwarzenegger.
Foster.
Augie.
Augie?
I know an Augie, just that's not her, but
Interesting.
Doesn't ring a
oh,
bell.
sound good, guys?
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So one more time, go back. Issue 6, Path of the Pale Rider on Kickstarter right now. You've got 6 days left. Lots of good tiers to pick from. Lots of great rewards left. Go get the back issues. And maybe you like the digital media more. She's got you covered there too.
Mm-hmm.
Get the digital copies. Just go do it. It sounds like a really fun story, and there's a lot of great artwork, a lot of great artists involved with it, and it's an ongoing story. So there's going to be more.
That's right.
Where to go. The first arc is 12 issues. There's a second arc and a third arc. And then we're done.
Wow.
But as crazy as this first arc is, the second arc is 100% more crazy.
Jeez.
Bonkers.
We're just getting to the good stuff.
Okay.
You've built your world. Now come play in it.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what
right.
we're doing. And I really mean it. Like there's 1 through 6, and then there's 7, and then everything after that, because everything changes after 7. So
Yeah.
get in
Sounds
You
there.
should
like
get
make a
caught
board
up.
game.
Huh?
You should make
Yeah.
a board game.
We
You
can
know
get with
what?
Chris Brown and
This-
do that.
This is so interesting about this story is that however people choose to
Right.
ingest medium, like if you want to play board games, if you want to play video games, if you like movies or comics, people see Path of the Pale Rider in the medium that they prefer.
Yeah.
And so people are like, this is a video game. People say this is a movie. This is a Netflix series. And it's like whatever their comfort zone is, this just leans right into it. So
Yeah.
it's that kind of a story.
It also means it needs to be all of it. So
Right.
Maybe
So-
eventually, if I win the lotto, we can do it all at once.
You're
Right.
right.
Imagine I was like, oh, we got a game of this and a that and a this and a that. And hey, we're going to do it all.
I would love to see a network series, just because there's so much story to cover. I don't know that movies would allot the time you need to do
No.
it justice.
Well, I mean, when I had written it, I had intended it to be a 2-hour full-length movie, but I can very easily see it shifting to like a Netflix series with 12 episodes.
Well, wait,
I
so
can
that's
see it as
including
animated. What
that's
doesn't?
including issue 7 and after?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, that to me would just feel really rushed, and that's part of
Maybe.
like we pick all these movies to watch on the show and everything, and I'll go through them, and I'm like, wow, they really had to rush that story, and then
Yeah.
we sit down to binge a series or something, and it's just so much richer because there's so much more story that you can consume from it.
Yeah.
I
Like,
agree with that. I think
that's
if I could have my ideal version of this, I would actually pick an animated like Castlevania treatment
ah,
Oh,
I can see that happening.
because the some of the things I'm going to show you are just massive moments. They're cinematic, but again, it would cost millions of dollars to film these in live action or millions of dollars in computer generated images. And
Mm.
so if we're going to go that route, just animate it.
Yeah.
I think if the Castlevania studio would take this on, it could really be something.
I can see that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because I think one of the things that we're missing that really makes the story great is the sound. The action, you can get the action, you can understand that the fights are incredible. It's when it's so quiet, it's eerie.
Mm-hmm.
Like that first issue where it's like you have to be silent or you wake up this bear.
Yeah.
And then we have like big riots and like giant swarms of undead bugs. And it's like you get what the characters are doing, but do you understand the sound that goes along with a swarm so big that it blocks out the sun?
Yeah. Jeez.
And then some of the other moments that are coming, they're so loud, it's indescribable.
That's interesting. You bring something like that up about the size of a swarm and what that would sound like, because I remember reading in the Walking Dead comic books at one point the masses of the dead had just gotten so huge. It was just unmanageable. It was almost impossible to do anything if you were in the path of these giant just herds of the undead, and you would hear characters. I mean, you would read characters talking to each other, going, "Do you hear that? It sounds like the ocean." So there's all of that shuffling and bumping into each other and groaning they're doing or whatever. So it kind of gives you an idea of like, okay, I guess it could sound like that, I guess.
But there's
something you don't think about it.
Right. I mean, you could inadvertently miss that in a comic. If you're reading so fast and you're into what's going on between the characters, you might miss that background of what does it sound like when there's a million undead bodies bumping into each other.
Yeah.
So what does that smell like?
Your scratches sniffs. I don't know.
Yeah, it's smell like that.
Gotta unlock those.
We gotta get there. I really want those.
So Laurie, tell us in the audience, where else can we see you?
Oh goodness, I'm everywhere. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, I'm on X, I'm on Blue Sky, I'm on Threads. I have a website, www.pathofthepalerider.com. I have a YouTube channel. I'm also found on the Madness Entertainment group, so I'm in, the Madness channel. So there's 2 YouTube channels. You will find me. I have a podcast every Tuesday morning called The Tuesday Morning Brew. It's on Tuesdays, people. Stop asking to be on my show on Wednesdays or Fridays. It ain't going to happen. That's at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I host another show called Any One World Showcase that's on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I have another show called Killer Karen, which is an intentional dumpster fire. I antagonize the guests in a blonde wig, and I play mayonnaise commercials at them. We just had one tonight. Greg Moquin came on. I called him Mr. Mockery the entire episode and proceeded to get blind drunk. It's between 2 ferns. You know what I mean? Like it's silly satire, just ridiculous, but still promoting independent creators. They just have to be more aggressive when they try to promote on that show. So yeah, I'm all over the place. I'm going to be at Texoma Comic-Con tomorrow and Sunday. So if you're in Durant, Oklahoma area, I will be there. A ton of independent creators. All my Texas besties will be there. So hopefully we're not too rowdy. Come see us.
Cool.
Do it.
Yeah.
That's
Zombie
right.
is looking up Texoma.
All right.
That's it. That's me. That's what I do. I write other things. If you're not interested in Western Apocalypse, I did. This is exciting. I'm going to have my name on quite a few more books this year, besides my own. And I mean, like I have been co-writing Psycho Sal with William Russell. So he's like the creator of the series, but he's like, this is what my ideas are, flesh them out. And so I picked up that series with issue 4. So I wrote 4, 5, 6, and now 7 and 8. So 8 will be coming to Kickstarter. Oh, he was supposed to launch this month, sometime soon. So there's Psycho Sal, that's 80s horror slasher in New Orleans. I just got a copy. I posted a picture of myself holding books today. And I got Big Dog Inc., 14-year anthology. I wrote a Western for them in their world, and that was a ton of fun. Allison's Wonderland. So he writes, Tom Hutchinson is kind of the head of Big Dog Inc., and he writes this series called Legend of Oz, which is the retelling of Oz, but as a Western.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Super cool. Like, it's crazy how well it works. Because he was like, I've been writing this for a while. And I'm like, he's like 60 issues into this thing. And I'm trying to catch up reading it overnight so I can start around like, oh my God, it's massive. But he has done so much research and like, there's a Frank Baum Historical Society, and they recognize him and his work because it's like part of their canon now. So it's super cool. So I got to write a short story for that anthology, which I just got. I wrote another story it's called Cthulhu Invades Fairyland. So it's your fairyland stories, but a retelling in like a Lovecraftian way.
Ooh.
So I rewrote Beauty and the Beast. And it's very Lovecraftian. You just have to wait and find out. So that'll be coming out this year. And then I wrote another short for a creator named Terry Parr. And this one's like way outside my wheelhouse because it's like, okay, Western apocalypse, horror, Western. So I'm still kind of like, in my genres. This one is, what is it? It's 2 cloned 80s rockers in outer space.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like Saturday morning hijinks, but they also don't wear a lot of clothes, just so you're aware. They get into trouble, they get out of trouble. It's a standalone short. So there's usually two stories in one 24-page issue. And
awesome.
I had a ton of fun writing that. It was, again, like way outside my wheelhouse. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And it's going to be great. I can't wait. So we should be seeing more books with I'm like building my resume,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting outside my comfort zone. And but Path is always my baby. Like, this is my baby. So
yeah.
That story kind of like it triggered a memory from like the original animated Heavy Metal of the 2 stoner aliens.
Yes.
Nice.
Exactly. How it's like that amount of clothing is what we're talking about. And I'm like, I'm writing him nice stories. And he was like, can you make it sexier? And I was like, yes. Like, it's one of those like you're in the headlights, like, sure, I can do that. Like, figure it out.
Nice.
So I think I have him Jello wrestling in one of like, that's ridiculous. Like, that one's going to be a lot of fun. So, but again, don't take anything seriously. That was just silly.
Yeah.
That one's not existentialism, zombie, conspiracy, question your humanity. That one's like, look what happened.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it.
Well, let's try to wrap up here. Let's see. We have some things coming up here. Let's just go through the list. Next week, we're meeting with From the Realm. This coming Monday, From the Realm. So they'll be joining us, and it's going to be fun. And then on the 3rd, we have the Nameless Toy Company, Space Zombies from Mars, and then boom, we got Ace.
No
From Ramen Toy.
way! Yes!
So
Okay. Clearing
it's all
my
coming up
calendar now.
in the near future. Yeah, because he crashed our show with Brian Flynn, and he's just like, "Hey, how's it going, Brian?" We're like, "Dude, you need to come on our show." So I messaged him afterwards, and he's like, "Okay, well, if it's this time, then let's do this date or this date." And I'm like, "Yeah, we'll do this."
Cool.
So yeah,
Awesome.
Good. I had
Good
to
fun
miss the last
times.
time. I
Hmm?
had to miss
Yeah.
the last episode he was on, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to make sure I'm here for this one.
for sure, for sure. So yeah, any last words from anyone here?
Get back to work.
That's right.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
All right. Nope. All
0
right.
stars. It's working 0 stars. Do not recommend. Adults.
That's right. Until next time, Thunder Nerds Ho!
Click on the tube and feel the vibe. Every show you crave right here live. Heroes and villains clash in the night. Madness Comic Network sets it right. Scroll through the list, find what you need. Epic battles and fast-paced speed. From capes to cosmic space delight. Tune in and watch your favorites ignite. On Facebook, share the thrill so grand. On X, the buzz across the land. Madness Comic Network all around. In every episode, joy is found. Uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic brightens days. Hey! New uploads, they never end. Superheroes and their friends. Catch every twist and every turn. Madness Comic, you will yearn. Stay up to date with every twist. Madness Comic, don't miss a gist. From laughter to tears, every mood. Madness Comic sets the groove. Click that button and subscribe. Catch the wave and ride the tide. Join the fun, join the craze. Madness Comic.